Hi, welcome to my biology class. Today let's start with the most fascinating title, Animal Kingdom. So according to Vitaka's classification, we just follow that in our NCERT. It is the last kingdom, that is highly evolved creatures that are there in animal kingdom. But we would be tracing something like in the previous kingdom, like Aristotle has started the animal kingdom on the basis of their RBC, on the basis of their habitat. From there we just see the habitat is very important, no? Because animals are moving creatures. They live on land, they live on water, and they fly. So we just see what are all types are there under this category. So Aristotle, father of zoology, and he classified animal on the basis of RBC. RBC, the animal with RBC, that is red blood corpuscles without RBC. So the without one is anema, with one is enema. It's evolved bit. And when you talk about an habitat, it's the place where it lives, the animal. And it may be aquatic, terrestrial, or sometimes they are amphibious. They live on both land as well as in water. And they just fly. They are in aerial mode of living. So on this we have some small details about terrestrial animals, means whether they go under the ground or above the ground, like small details. I'll give you a gist of it. And here aquatic animals, aquatic, when you talk about aquatic, it may be a marine, saltwater, or in a fresh water, or sometimes the fresh water comes and mixes with the salt water, estuaries, or sometimes the marine water, when the sea level is higher than the land level, sometimes it comes back, brackish water. So the water may be the water condition and the concentration varies. Or even in fresh water, you can just say that sometimes the water is stagnant, like lake, pond, pool, or sometime it will be running like river, streams, like. So accordingly, how the animal fit themselves to live there, and that's what here. See, look at this, aquatic animals, zooplanktons. You can simply, they'll be passively, they'll be floating on the surface of a water. The larvae of some small insects, and generally they just float. They don't take their own effort to swim and all, so they just float. And when you talk about this nectons, they are active swimmer, like they swim with their own effort, and they generally fishes will, and crustaceans, the prawn, and they've got a very good appendages, so they beautifully swim. And benthic zone, benthos, the animal which lives in benthic area, in the deep sea, or you can say the bottom floor. So they are the starfishes go to that benthic zone, or the sponges will be in the benthic area. And littoral zones, the littoral zone in the sense this the sea shore, like coastal area, I could say. The coastal area, when you go to a beach, you can see some crabs coming and then going and then coming, like, so the crabs will live there. And when you talk about the fresh water, you have a lentic and lotic. Lentic means it is the stagnant, the water is quite stagnant, it will be there in one place, the lake, pond, pools, like, and wherein you have a snails and shrimps, you can see. And when the water is running, as I said, it is river or stream, and you can see the crocodiles in the rivers. So it depends on the water current, how they fit themselves. That's why I have just given. So when you talk about the terrestrial area, terrestrial mode, some animals walk, some animals jump, and some animals go under the soil, like they burrow, and they burrow, as they say, and some will be climbing, like all that here. Cursorial animals, cursorial forms. The cockroach is cursorial. It is a speed walker, like kangaroo, and the galloping horses you could have seen, they are all cursorial habit, walking with the or running kind. And when you talk about the fossorial animal, fossorial, they just they bury the soil, they are burrowing themselves, and then they go under the soil and they live. Rat, some rodents, and they are all coming, and rabbits are coming under this category, fossorials. So they are all, see, above the ground you have seen, under the ground you have seen, sometimes just above the ground, little higher than the soil surface, and it's a tree form. So arboreals, arboreal means, arbora means tree, so they just go to the tree, they climb and they settle there in the branches. Monkeys will be there, they just settle there, and the squirrels will be settled there. Like many birds will, night time they come and rest on the trees. So this is the thing, arboreal forms. And scansorial only we just witness in our home. So they just climb, they climb on the walls. Reptiles, the house lizard, gecko is there, garden lizard and all, they just climb and they go. Oh, the snake also, they crawl on the rock surfaces, and it's kind of a climbing only, no? So this is the thing. And when you talk about the air, you know, everyone knows that it is insects fly and birds fly. So this is the habitat, how the animals have been. So all this will be studying under the criterions too. And here, see, Whittaker has given, no, Whittaker classification basically on cell structure, cell organization. That's what he made prokaryote and eukaryote and all. And then cell organization is important, how it is made from unicellular to multicellular, and then tissue level, organ level. So they just have some criterions to classify the animals. On this, these are all the criterions, and few more is there in the next videos I'll just share with you. And the level of organization, the first one, so generally the animal means the cell is the unit of life, you know. So some animals are the unicellular to multicellular, but now according to Whittaker, the unicellular all have been placed under Protista. And so the next category, a group of cells, but the cells doesn't have any interconnection. There is no any communication between one cell to the next cell, but each cell is working on its own pattern and their own existence. So they don't depend on the neighboring cells for their livelihood. So that is cellular plan. So in cellular organization, the sponge is multicellular, but there is no any tissue grade. So the next level is tissue grade. Tissue means a group of cells structurally, functionally, and then originally similar type of cells grouped together form a tissue. Here the tissue organization have come, and that is in the next category, Coelenterata, hydras have come. The next level is, see, once the tissue formed, the group of tissues will form an organ. So organ system of a classification, not organ system, organ level of a classification, only the organ. See, for example, in tapeworm, and they've got a reproductive organs, but there is no any elaborate systems like they've got a digestive system, circulatory, there is no system. Organs here and there it is formed from tapeworm. At the same time, they've got a reproductive system kind, it is releasing the egg and all. So organ system level, the next level when it comes, the platyhelminthes is there even. So some systems started working on it, but there is not an elaborate all the systems. So there is no fully developed digestive system also in platyhelminthes because of its body pattern. We'll see. So it goes like from there gradually it is evolved further, and it comes to chordate all the systems, fully developed systems, including the well developed nervous system and all. So when you come to the second criterion, body plan. Body plan is cell aggregate plan. So a group of cells, as I said here, the cells have been grouped. It's not a single cell. Again, the sponges. The second category is there is a blind sac plan. Blind sac means like a sac, one sac is there, only one hole on the top, there is no bottom hole. So what do you do generally? Take a sac, put the item into the same hole and take it out via the same hole. This is generally happen. So like that here, only one hole, via this hole in hydra, the food is, that's water current only brings, so the food is just getting into the body and there is no hole at the bottom because the animal is fixed on the rocky surfaces. So here the food is coming via this hole, and the undigested, semi-digested and all this unwanted things are going via the same hole. So entry and exit point are same. So the other end is blind, nothing is there. So that is blind sac plan. When you come down to the third plan, that is tube within tube, one tube and then the second tube outside. So outside tube and then inside. What is that inside tube is nothing but a digestive tract. So once the animal is developed with a very good mouth and anus, there will be a tube connection. And this is here, I've just drawn in fishes from mouth to anus. In human beings also, see the mouth, if you put a food, it is a one-way point. Like if you are too much of consumption is there, sometimes it cannot be digested, we'll just vomit it out. Otherwise the food what is getting into the system will be exiting only via the anus. There is no any intermittent point here and there, only via. So digested food will go to the blood and then circulating, going to the cell. That's another story. So what you put here will come here as a shit only. This is the tube within. So this is the tube, one tube covered by the outer body. So this is separate and this is separate. That is tube within tube. And next plan, it is the body symmetry. Body symmetry means how you cut the animals, how you cut the animals into two equal halves in one direction or many directions. Like see, I'll just say, see, this is asymmetry. In sponges, the branches are randomly placed, or somehow there is no any uniform pattern like this kind of a branch, like a tree here and this. They live as a colony. So you can't cut the animal into two equal halves, and that is asymmetry. In any plane you cannot cut it into two equal halves. So when you come down to radial symmetry, so radial symmetry means it's like round. See, when you cut the animal into two equal halves by any direction, you can make that. See, if you consider the round, you can just cut here two equal halves. If you cut here two equal halves, so any plane if you cut, you will get two equal halves. And that is there in starfishes, and even hydra also has got the same thing. When you come down to the highly evolved symmetry, bilateral symmetry, you can cut the animal into two equal halves only in one direction, one plane you can cut. See, for example, I've just drawn here, this is the triangle. You can cut only in this direction into two equal halves. This is in this direction. If you cut here, you won't get. Here you cut like this. So this is bilateral, this is evolved type. So with this only I've just given the 3 points for the classification, 3 criterions, and the rest we will discuss in the future videos. If you have any doubt on this, you please put it in the comment section and we'll talk further. Subscribe please. Thank you very much.